Hi, everyone. So on today's Mortgage Market Minute, I want to talk about the cost of running a credit report and what trigger leads are and why the cost of running a credit report has gone up so dramatically over the last 5 or 6 years. So prior to 2020, I can remember running a tri-merge credit report, which is 3 bureaus and 3 scores, for in the maybe $30 to $35 range. Now it's more than $120 to run somebody's credit, like the tri-merge credit report with scores. That is a dramatic increase over a 5-year span. And part of that is obviously inflation, and the threat of hyperinflation that we're facing. Everybody has to increase the cost of their goods and services. But in addition to that, the creditors and the credit bureaus have faced massive losses and massive layoffs over the last 3 or 4 years. And that has driven the cost up considerably because those companies have to raise their costs just to keep their doors open. So the cost of running a credit report has gone up considerably. And now it's being passed on to the end consumer who's having to pay for the cost of the credit report. That's the reason credit reports have gone up so much. Another factor in that is what's called trigger leads, which is up until fairly recently, when somebody would run your credit, say we as a mortgage company would run your credit, the fact that your credit was run, the credit bureaus would sell that fact to other mortgage companies, and those mortgage companies would then call the person who had their credit run to try and solicit them for business. That was a big revenue stream for the 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. That was eliminated fairly recently, and I'm in favor of it being eliminated because people were getting 20, 30, 40 calls after somebody was running their credit. So those trigger leads don't exist anymore, but that revenue stream that the credit bureaus were getting for selling those trigger leads was eliminated, and that also increases cost. So in addition to that, the cost of getting FICO scores has gone up 1,800% from 2020 to 2026. So all of those costs going up is driving up the cost of running a credit report. And that's the reason things are, just much more expensive. So in a nutshell, that kind of sums it up. So what do you do with all of this? Nothing for you to do, just be aware of it. That's what we do. If you have any questions, is give us a call, KPM Mortgage. How impacting running your credit will affect your scores, how much it's going to cost. Strategically, do we do a soft pull or a hard pull? You don't need to know all of those things. You just need to call us. So give us a call today. If you have any information on how credit works, put credit in the comments below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.